Lionfish Extermination Corporation out here picking up the trash in the form of, boom, invasive lionfish. In Turks and Caicos, we're looking for the big one, but not that big one. That is a Caribbean reef shark, and there's 3 of them, and they're circling us, wanting some food. I don't recommend anyone do this, but we actually feed these sharks because that's what they're accustomed to here. Typically, we don't even take, boom, the lionfish out of these waters, but I wanted to get a few so we could have some dinner and to show people some lionfish fillets. We're going to dispatch these guys because the last thing you want is this shark to have a fish get away from it. Here it comes, and yum, and he grabbed it, and if you look close, he grabs it right there, right behind my spear, and we're going to get ahead and get that guy, boom. Now, I missed a few on this dive, but we got most of them. We were diving to some pretty extreme depths. We had to go down in these, boom, in these caves down deep and try to remove as many as possible. We come out here to see the whales in this area, but also just to remove these lionfish. Check that out, boom. Look at this guy. He's going to go chomp, chomp. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Now, sharks have very thick skin, so as long as they can get the food, they're going to be happy with it. Eels have very thin skin, so they want to make sure to eat lionfish face first. This little guy was being really cute and docile, so we just swam on by. And here I am trying to shoot these lionfish. They kind of saw me come, and they're probably lionfish that have seen a spear before. So you can see they're already kind of making a retreat. And I ended up missing all 3 of them because of that. But luckily, these guys weren't quite as, boom. They're not quite as smart as those other guys. Those guys had seen some stuff go down in their life, and these guys have not. Boom. This guy especially, he just saw his friend go down and he didn't even care. He's just sitting there. They think, hey, these spines will protect me. I've got these big, huge, venomous spines. And the sharks started getting a little testy. I got, the only time I've ever been bothered by a shark was a little shark like this little 4 or 5 foot long sharks. So we go down to 130 because we see this big mother. Boom! There was another lionfish right there too, but it was so deep that I just got the one and started heading up. And really quick before these guys could see me do it, and I shoved it in the container, but they could still smell it, and they were after me. Those sharks were definitely wanting some tasty treats, and they don't want me to put them in the container. They would rather me put them in their mouth. There we are. This is Elliot. He is a lionfish extraordinaire. He can point him out from anywhere. The guy would just be like, hey, there's one down at 140. And I'm like, okay, here we go. I guess I'm going down. Look at that. He gave him that little guy there, and he freaked out to get it. Oh, my gosh. These sharks are so just sporadic and crazy. They're competing with each other for these lionfish that we're putting out there. So it just makes them, boom. It just makes them ever so, rambunctious. And I just wanted to make sure that they were, okay, at this point we're starting to head up the hill a little bit because we're getting short on time. We have plenty of gas, but our time is getting pretty short. You can see he's already on his way up. And here we are getting into a little bit more blue water, going up higher up on the reef. The reef goes down to 1,000 feet deep. I mean, it keeps going and going and going. So you can get very disoriented. Finally, we're up to 72. You see we already have 2 minutes of deco. So we're not really supposed to go into deco too much. So I decided to start moving our way further up. And as you can see, our entourage is definitely on us big time. And they don't want to call it quits. They are ready for this lionfish. So I chuck it down just to, I don't know. I was just feeling a little freaked out, I'll be honest. There was 3 sharks. They were very, as you can see, very excitable. I wanted them to see that, hey, they can't get the lionfish from this container, and they're just going to have to back off. That was my thought process. I didn't know exactly how it was going to go down, but you know what? I didn't want them to be grabbing my leg trying to get a lionfish on accident. So that was my choice. Some people might say that was stupid to throw down the container. Luckily, I did it in the shallow area where I could get to it without, I'm not going to throw it down the hill. Look at how sporadic and crazy they're being. They can go fast really quick, so you got to be careful. So when it was calmed down, once they went away a little bit, I grabbed the container, and then we started heading back into the boat. But we did a pretty good job, me and Elliot, clearing out these lionfish. We had a great time. It was a little nerve-wracking at times, but we found this mooring rope that was that had broken and lost its float. So Elliot went ahead and sent it up with his bag. The only problem is this mooring line ended up breaking the next day when we used it, and we had to swim to shore. So that was fun. That was an adventure. Our friend Maria was with us, and she had a good time following us around too. That stingray was really cool. There's so many stingrays out in the deep. Later, guys.